On February 12th, CARD wrote to the Department of General Services to ask if JW's development proposal to acquire the use of the NASD land for a state road and water detention basin constituted educational and related purposes, which is a restriction in the deed. On February 27th, NASD School Board President wrote a response to the Department of General Services and asked that a response to CARD be deferred until the school district completes its investigation and all the facts are fully defined. On March 5th, as reported by the Morning Call, NSD has set into motion to get the land appraised. And tonight, we are voting on a decision to sign a term sheet with JW Development. My questions in succession here tonight to the board members. A, do you have all the facts? B, is it fully defined? And C, have you received a response from the Pennsylvania Department of General Services? If you answer no to any of these three questions, I would respectfully request that the board tables any decisions made on this tonight, as we are appealing the right to know denial right now, and until we get all of our information furnished to us. On a final note to the board, especially with this right to know request, this complete lack of transparency to the community that funds you is both unethical and unacceptable. And I would hope in the future when the public does request information that it's furnished in one way or another. Thank you kindly for your time.
One last question. I know that the reason cited for this piece of property meeting educational purposes is because there is an intention at some point in the future to build an elementary school. Is that correct?
There are no plans for the property at this point. There are no definitive plans. The property was purchased obviously for school use, and that school use actually has changed over the years. I mean, at one time they were thinking of putting a high school, and then later on they were going to think about putting a middle school. Well, we don't need a high school, we don't need a middle school, so now the property is very, very much appropriate for an elementary school, with the possibility of also using the land for an administration building and possibly even a maintenance building. But none of those plans are in the works. But we own the land and it's dedicated to a school use, so eventually at some point somebody is going to do something with the land for those purposes.
Okay, so if this sale does go through, it's my hope that a school isn't built here, because personally, a road that's going to be shared with school buses carrying students and with students in a school building, sharing that with 1,500 trucks a day traveling that road, spewing exhaust fumes. I mean, there's so much documented evidence of the negative effects of these fumes on the health and safety of children, adults, seniors. I just would prefer not to see that school go up if that road's going to be there. It's not in the best interest of the health, safety, and general welfare of children. Thank you for
Now, cognitive development, for those of you who are not familiar with educational psychology, in elementary school, if that's what we build on that lot, that's huge. That's one of the most critical times in a child's cognitive development. Stunted lung growth, escalated asthma, lung disease, cancers, dementia, reduced cognitive development. Now, after saying all that, I'm hoping to God, in my heart of hearts, because I believe that the people of this area are inherently good people. I would hope that this is not something that we would want for ourselves, and especially our children. I don't care what money it comes. If you have to raise my taxes another 0.5% to keep us out, and so be it. I would urge you all on the board, please deny this request and any of those like it at any cost, unless you are planning to forfeit that land back to the state and never build a school there. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Our school district is divided into 3 regions. And the school board directors are voted in by the residents. School board directors are voted in to represent the residents that live in their area. And they're also voted in to give our students, our children, the best education possible. The decisions you have to make sometimes are very crucial and very hard to make. I know, I sat there for a number of years, and the decisions you have to make sometimes are hard. The amount of money that's proposed for this little piece of land is just a mere drop in a bucket compared to what Joe said we have to pay out. It don't mean nothing. The effects on our children of the truck traffic, the beep, 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 beep on the backups, the pollution in the air will do more damage to not only the residents that live in this area, but all the children too. I implore you to please vote against giving that tract of land to anybody and save it for a better use. Thank you.
The developer, it's infeasible to this extent. First, trucks entering into the facility, that'd be very, very difficult to stop a truck that happened to come at, at that time period. And then leaving, it's still a difficulty for managing, the tenants of that facility with respect to the truck traffic. I mean, they'll be aware of it, the conditions, obviously. And I know, speaking to the traffic engineer, Anne Marie, that the project is designed to be able to accommodate that traffic. There is the accommodation of the traffic that would come from the school district property onto Stevensville and this project, and they believe it can be managed appropriately. So.
Good question. We do not have a plan B at this point because this is the safest and we believe it's the right way to take the traffic. And safety is important. We can make it very safe coming out Stevensville, but as PennDOT suggested, 650 feet to the east of Stevensville was the safest way. And just to address Mr. Longacre, nothing was slipped in there, as you suggest. It really wasn't. The original proposal was coming out Stevensville, that we came in because of the concerns that the residents had along 329 with 600 feet to the east of Stevensville. That's when PennDOT said, no, it's got to be 650. That was the deviation in the difference in the acreage. It wasn't trying to be slipped in any agreement.
So just to be clear, possible plan B would be back to the original Stevensville.
Well, I don't know. No, we don't have a plan B at this point. We don't have a plan B. There will be a plan B, but we don't have one because we believe this is the best way to go. We appreciate your consideration. Thank you.